Now we have more of ABC's exclusive interview with President-elect Barack Obama and his wife Michelle. After volunteering on Thanksgiving Eve at a Chicago food bank, the president-elect dropped by his school to wish everyone a happy holiday, and whoa, what a greeting he got. ABC's Barbara Walters talked with the Obamas about what this Thanksgiving means to them and to the country.
How are you going to spend Thanksgiving?
We are going to have at least 60 people at our house, like we do every year. Mostly
Michelle's relatives.
Well,
now let's just be clear.
Family. That's true.
You know, because Michelle's from Chicago, so she got cousins everywhere. You walk down the street, you'll bump into a Robinson,
or a Shields,
or one of your crew.
Yeah. So
Fortunately, I love them. So they're all wonderful people.
But we'll have a house full of family and friends and kids, and we do a potluck sort of situation. So my contribution is the house.
You don't cook?
I do cook, but I'm not cooking. This is the one year, don't you think? My husband ran for president that I should have an out on cooking something for Thanksgiving.
You know, I don't have to stress the fact that this is such a very hard time for this country right now. Do you have a Thanksgiving message that you would like to give to the people?
I want to remind people that as tough as times are right now, and they're a lot tougher for millions of people around the country than they are for Michelle and I, that we have been through tough times before, and the extraordinary blessings of being an American, of having a nation that has a tradition of communities pulling together. A country where somebody like myself or somebody like Michelle has a shot, no matter what our circumstances. That is the greatest of gifts.
Where will we be in this country a year from now on Thanksgiving?
Here's what I hope. I hope a year from now people will say we've been through the worst of it, that the economy is starting to rebound and pick up, that businesses are starting to invest again, jobs are being created again. And I guess the last thing I hope is that people will say, you know, our president's not perfect, Washington isn't perfect, but we get a sense that they're fighting for us, that they're honest, that they're open, that they're following through on their promises. If we can rebuild that sense of trust in our institutions, then I'll feel pretty good.
You know, the Obamas also told this great story about one of their daughters, Malia. She has plans in the Lincoln bedroom. She goes in there and she sees the desk on her White House visit. Looks like a copy of the Gettysburg Address in Lincoln's own hand that's on display there. And it must have really inspired her. Listen to this.
About this was Malia comes back. And she says, you know, Daddy, I've got an idea. I said, yeah, what's that? She says, well, you know how sometimes I have these, big papers that I've got to write. If I've got an important paper, a history paper, I think I'm going to go in that room where Abraham Lincoln, where there's that thing where he signed it. I said, you mean the Gettysburg Address? She said, yeah, I'm going to sit at that desk because I'm thinking that will inspire big thoughts. I said, well, you really thought this through, kid.
Huh? Is she?
Well, I think that's probably what she will do. That's her plan.